Well, g'day everyone. Lume recently asked me if I'd like to look at a new product they were releasing. It's going to be sort of a small video light that they could bring out, and you could use it for photography as well if you were close enough to the subject. Now, the light that they're showing or releasing is this panel mini. So it's going to be released in the next couple of days, actually. So it's going to come out very, very soon. It looks like a really nice product. So what I'll do is I'll do an unboxing, show you what's in it, and I'll also talk about the specifications. So let's have a look at the unboxing. Okay, so in the box, so you've got the instructions pamphlet there that you can read how the light's used, and then you've got the light here. Like I said, the light is really tiny. I love it actually because it's going to work great with my iPhone on an attachment that I'll show you. You've also got the diffuser as well, which can fit over the top that you can sort of see here, that I'll show you how that works as well. You've got a USB-C cable, and then you've also got your digital SLR mini shoe mount. Again, it's very, very well made, all metal, and it looks very, very good quality. So that's what's in the box. Okay, so let's have a look at a few features that this light has. You can see the first thing is that you can go from a 1% to 100% brightness, and it's fully adjustable in 5% increments between that whole range. So you do have a lot of control over that as well. It has a full spectrum LED light, so it'll go from 3200 to 5600K, which is your daylight balance, and you can go through that through 100K unit increments. So you know you've got a lot of control and variances between that as well, which is fantastic. It's got the built-in intelligent LCD display, and that's showing the brightness, the color temperature, and the ERT. Now what that is, it's the estimated runtime. So as you change the intensity, you'll see that the runtime will either go up or decrease, which is a really good feature because you can tell how long it will last for your shoot. It has an adjustable dial for increasing and decreasing the temperature and also the brightness. It does have a USB Type-C charging cable, and it has dual Q20 tripod mounts as well. So you can mount it in multiple ways, which is fantastic, and things like light stands and things like that. It has a frosted lens on the front, which makes it nice and soft even on its own. But then it does have this silicon white diffuser that you can put on. That's slightly offset from it to give you an even softer light, which is nice as well. The dimensions are 3.6 inches wide, 2.2 inches tall, and 0.45 inches deep. Now, in the box, it has an LED light panel. It's got the USB-C charging cable, the digital SLR mini shoe mount, and the silicon white softening diffuser. And lastly, it has 60 premium LEDs for high-powered bicolor adjustability. So that's all of the key features that this light has. Okay, so this gives you the size that this little unit is. It's really lovely and small. It's going to be interesting to see how the light output of this is. I believe it's about 5 watts, so it's fairly good for this size unit. And then it does have that diffusion on the front there, which is nice, so it will be diffused if you're sort of looking at it like that, direct. Or if you did want to get a really soft look, you can obviously use this little diffuser as well. So you can see with the diffuser on, it fits very, very nicely. So you can see there how well it fits. It leaves the holes for your mounting points underneath and on the side, and all your controls on that side as well. So you'll obviously get a much softer look if you're dealing with it with this diffuser than with it off. Feels really great in your hand. Like I said, I love how small this actually is, and I'll show you a couple of different mounts, you know, that you could use this on, which will give you a few possibilities about how you could use this. Okay, so let's see how you operate this little device. So you can see there's a power button on here. These are your controls to deal with whichever setting you'd like to choose. There's a USB port down the bottom there. So to turn it on, all you do is you hit the little side button here, and you press it in for around about 3 seconds, and then it turns on. So you can see at the moment that I've just got, it shows you the amount of hours, which is 16 hours. It shows you there too that I'm on 1% intensity, and it also shows you down here what your color temperature is. Now to switch between that, all you do is you just press the button in, and it will switch between the intensity, the color temperature, and then the intensity. And then you just use this wheel to change that temperature. You can see it will go up in 5% increments going that way. So if I go up to 100%, that's 100%. And then if I bring it right down again, You can see that there where I've brought the intensity down. If I wanted to change the color, I can do the same thing. It's on 5600 Kelvin at the moment, which is daylight temperature. I can also go right down. If I take it down, it'll go to 3200. So you can see how warm that now has become. So it's a really easy device to use, incredibly easy, in fact. And that's one of the really good aspects about this. It's very easy to set up and use. Okay, so let me show you one of the setups where I'm going to be using this light. It'll be on something like this iPhone rig that I've got here. And all you do is you just use the adapter that is sent with it, and then I can stick it into the holder there of the rig and then turn it on. Now this is on 1% power because it's going to be quite bright if I turn it up. I'll just turn it around so you can sort of see how this works. So this will give you an idea about how this would look. It's a really nice feature. Like I said, the thing I love about it is that it's so small and it gives out quite a soft light, particularly with that diffuser on, which looks really nice. Like I can't wait to sort of see how it looks in the darker environments. Obviously, it's not going to be enough if you're in daylight and things like that, but none of these lights are. But it certainly will be interesting to see how it works for things like vlogging and giving me a bit of feel and being able to use it for sort of these vlogs that I do through my iPhone, which I now do an awful lot. Okay, so I want to show you just using the iPhone 11 Max here. So I'm hand holding this in that rig that I just showed you before, so the audio may not be very good because I'm just talking through the phone here. So I'm going to turn on the light. Now I'm a meter away from Susie here, so this is going to sort of give you the intensity from a meter away. And you can sort of see here that she's quite nice. I mean, she is underexposed at the moment though, but like I said, I'm only on 1% here. If I bring that intensity up, you'll see that we can start to get, quite bright in this scenario. So if I bring that back down, you can sort of see where I go to where the exposure looks around about good, and that's around about 15% here. I can, if I wanted to, click into here, and then I can start to change the color temperature as well. You can see now she's going to become very, very warm. And now she'll become quite cool. Now, this is with the diffuser on, so I would get much more strength if I didn't have the diffuser on. I might show you that in a second. So let's put the power up full, and then what I'll do is I'll step back and see sort of how far we are. So we're 1 meter away from Susie at the moment, so I'll come back. So that's 2 meters, that's 3 meters away, and that's 4 meters away. It sort of just gives you an idea about how this would work for vlogging and stuff like that on the phone. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look at the intensity with the diffuser off. Okay, so I've taken the diffuser off now, and we'll just see what the light intensity looks like with that off. So it's going to start at 1% again. So you can see it's definitely brighter than what it was before with that diffuser on. If I then take it up to 100%, you'll see we're quite bright there. Like I said, it's harsher now though without that on. If I step back again, so I'm 1 meter away, 2 meters away, 3 meters away, 4 meters away, 5 meters away, you can still see that I'm still getting some form of lighting from even back this far. So it is much stronger without that diffuser actually on the unit. So another possibility for this too is that you could stick it onto a gimbal. Now, if you had different arms and things like that, you could set it up there. If you balance it in the beginning, you could even put it on the top of the camera as well if you wanted to run that way. But that will even give you some feel. There's multiple sort of ways that you can use this, and I'll show you another way you could use it as well. So you could, of course, mount it directly to your camera if you wanted to go that way. And if it was on a tripod or whatever, you could also do selfies sort of this way as well. So there's multiple ways that you could use it. You could stick it on a camera, you could stick it on a gimbal, you could stick it on stands, anything that you could really think about. So that's one great feature about the light. Okay, so let me know what you think all about that. If you have any comments, please leave them down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to do that too, if you could, and hit that notification bell. Apart from that, I'll leave links down below where you can purchase this. It is an affiliate link, as Lume Cube sent me this device, but I would appreciate if you could support the channel by clicking on that link. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.